Speaker, 3 years ago the Law Commission recommended wholesale reform of taxi and private hire services, but the government hasn't responded. Uber proliferate, they pay no VAT, the country loses a fortune in avoided corporation tax. The former London Mayor was sat on when he tried to bring Uber to heel, despite their denials by his Bullingdon Club friends, and a number 10 advisor who, lo and behold, now runs Uber. Isn't it time we saw some urgent action on the part of the Secretary of State regarding taxi and private hire industry, and whilst he's at it, the way in which his party runs its chumocracy?
Well, I have to say, Mr. Speaker, given the current state of the Labour Party, I'm not sure I'd go down that road if I was him. We are currently looking, Mr. Speaker, at what the best approach is to the future regulation and structure of our taxi and private hire services. I have to say, Mr. Speaker, I see a particular priority in that as being to ensure public safety. That is work that we are doing, local authorities are doing, and we want to deliver the right framework for that. But, Mr. Speaker, our job is to ensure that we have the right choice for consumers, the right options in our marketplace, but we also protect those parts of our industry, like the London black cabs, which are a national institution and which none of us would wish to see disappear. So this is about a measured approach, because some of the most evocative issues lie in the hands of the London Mayor and not of this government.
Mr. McDonald.
The Uber scandal is not the only issue of concern right at the heart of this Tory government, given its perpetual revolving door employment strategy, whilst we await a formal response about how a senior DfT civil servant awarded a rail franchise while part-owning the consultancy advising the successful bidder. Yesterday it was announced that HS2 have dropped the £170 million engineering contract with CH2M. The CEO of HS2 and now the full-time appointment came from CH2M, and more than that, HS2's former Chief of Staff worked on the engineering company's bid for the project, and now the Director General of HS2 has resigned this very morning. I don't agree with the Taxpayer Alliance when they say this doesn't pass the smell test, because it stinks to high heaven. So will the Secretary of State order an immediate independent inquiry into these goings-on, because his silence on this issue speaks volumes?
Well, Mr. Speaker, let's be clear about this. First of all, in terms of the appointments to the Chief Executive role of HS2, I want the best person for that job. Yes. And we will always seek to recruit the best person for that job. I will also ensure that if there are any questions around the recruitment process, those are addressed carefully, investigated carefully by the civil service to give me the reassurance that we can make an appointment without any concern about doing so. That we did. I have absolute confidence in both that recruitment process and in that new Chief Executive. Absolutely. The announcement made yesterday that CH2M Hill have decided to withdraw from the contracting after an issue, not a massive one, but an issue emerged with the contracting process, is the right one. I'm grateful for them for doing that. It is the right thing to do. I want to make sure that the contracting processes in government recruit the right expertise, corporate or individual, but we're also robust in making sure that if things aren't done right, then that's addressed, and that's what's happened.